subscribe to my channels.
The Wolf Moon. This camera not doing this moon justice. Guys, I'm not saying this in an insulting way to fish, but I mean, you really have to ask yourself how intelligent are these pets. I mean, look at what this fish is doing. Any new additions I have, that's what I do. I place them there. All the others, either ahead of them becoming big enough, they have come out from in there. This guy stays in there. But what is worse is that, I mean, look at these forcing to come out, but I didn't go and remove him. I've removed it about 3-4 times already. Right? Put him out in the big open zone. And of course, this guy continues to return here. So why did I get into the fish hobby? So as a child, I got my first fish, gourami. Is that the first fish people normally get? I think normally it would be guppies, probably a fighter, a beta. But I got a gourami. Yeah, that time you really don't know nothing about rearing fish. And then later on in my teenage days, with some friends, we all started having fish, started mining river fish, fish you would catch in the canals. We call them big belly fish, jumper bends. Those were one that always want to jump out the pond. Pretty narrow, slim, athletic looking fish. And then we had wabines, which was a fish that looked like a jumper bend. So we had all of those, and then eventually I got a refrigerator. The inside of a refrigerator, that plastic compartment. Started mining fish in that. Mainly Hillaries, black mollies, goldfish. And then after that I got a tank, water tank, cut in half. It's kind of galvanized material. Those tanks long time, not the plastic tanks they have now. And I'm talking as much as, wow, this is probably in excess of, 30 years I'm talking now back. Wow. And so we used to have the tank with fish, and then eventually, those days I was living in the country, eventually left, came into the town, started a new path. And I always said, when I bought my home, I would want the yard, I would want to be able to have fish again. Fast forward to today where I have 3 ponds. The first pond was really so in the yard it comes with its own waste management system, which is really a cesspit. and so they have that dog in the ground. Um, they would have a lock unit that you can open, concrete top. So I use the top of that as the base for the first fish pond. That's a 450 gallon, separated in two pieces. About 400 gallons. I have goldfish, and well, it was mainly goldfish in the start. Now it includes a lot of mollies, hillaries. I even had some cichlids in there recently. And then of course this pond where I'm by here right now was the second one I built, a cichlid pond. Again, I had koi's in here, so it was really a koi pond. Added some sharks. It got too big for the koi's. Sorry, the fish got too big for it. This is about a 1300 gallon. So I had to move out the sharks and the koi's because it was too tight a fit. Alright, this is the pond with what I was speaking about with the goldfish. And I added some cichlids and a lot of mollies and hillaries, etc. Guppies, rainbow fish is also in here. And then I have it separated here. This side is mainly mollies and shrimp, etc. Hard to see them at this hour. So when the koi's and sharks started getting too big for that 1300 gallons, I then went and built this pond size at 3,000 gallons, but it's really water volume. The way I fill it, it's at 2700. I don't bring it right up to the top, to the brim. The dimensions is really a 12 by 12. It gives the fish a lot more room to move. But I must say, even this pond now is starting to get a little close for the sharks, because the sharks are approaching. They want to get to 3 feet. And think about it, as a shark, sometimes they're a little skittish as they move quickly. If you're at 3 feet and you have 12 feet total, it means 4 fast dash and you're at the corners. You know, and I was watching a guy the other day, predatory fins, and he was actually saying sometimes if they crash into these side panels, they could break their neck, their spine. I didn't even realize that or thought about it. I've been thinking about building another pond. Of course, when you're doing these things, you always have to study property value. I think ultimately I want to get a piece of land, probably about an acre, where I could have a home, retirement home, and some serious ponds. Now that's something I've been thinking about. But in this yard here, because I want to use another side, the bigger area of the yard for a future project, well, not too future, you know, the space that I have is really about 30 feet by, that's the thing, it's a bit narrow, so it's about 30 feet by about 9 feet. That would be the internal walls with the water volume. And I calculated it is coming up to about 7,500 gallons. And I was thinking I will transfer out all the sharks to that pond and engage now in big fish. Try to get some red-tailed catfish and peacock bass and different bass. It's going to be difficult to get them, but I'll get them. Some Florida guards, etc. The only thing that has me wondering is if 9 feet across will be, enough for them. Those red-tailed cats, and they probably not so skittish, unless I guess if they try to breed. And likewise, these iridescent sharks here, the challenge is at 9 feet across, while you have 30 feet in length, 9 feet across, the question is, that's really just about 3 times their size. Would that be a problem? I did think about cornering it, not making it too square. So as I said, there's a number of things I could do, number of things I'm thinking I would want to do. I think for that project, however, this is the length I'm looking at on this side of my home. So, that's just some thoughts. So after all of that, again, why did I get into this fish hobby? Well, the truth is, it is really a hobby. I really enjoy seeing fish grow. All the fish I have is very small. I don't think I ever bought a fish more than 3 inches long. Some a lot smaller, and when you see them grow into giants, see fish grow almost 3 feet, see fish growing to their maximum size based on the species they are, see fish multiplying, the entire balance of life, because of course some will die. Recently I had to sacrifice some fish for the overall good of the pond, etc. So I'm a true fish hobbyist if I would want to blow my own flute. That's just a fact. I don't have a lot of fish loss, and if birds eating fish and fish eating fish, or fish die because of some organ failure, etc., that's really how fish will die in my ponds. And I have indoor fish as well, but I must say, aquarium indoor, I prefer to have ponds outdoor. Truth is, it's a lot more work when you have tanks inside your home. You have to be dedicated. Sometimes with time, you don't always have the time, and you lose a fish here and there inside. I tend to like to do more shrimp and stuff inside because it's less maintenance, because they don't let a lot of waste, and once you have a reasonable size tank, you really don't have to put out a lot of work. So the fish hobby is supposed to be fun, not additional labor. I have enough hard work to do dealing with my substantive job, which I love. It's always very challenging, but always something you learn new. And for me, the fish hobby is just really, something that's supposed to take you back to reality, calm you, relaxes you. That's what I get. Recently, I was talking to someone who would have saw my videos, and they were concerned about things that I am not concerned about. Sometimes, as they were telling me, I'm into production as much as I would not want to acknowledge it, and I'm asking people to subscribe to my channel on YouTube here, so that means I'm into production. But as I keep saying, the truth is, I'm just into this hobby, into relaxing. It's about the fish. It's not really about all that. I post the videos because there's a lot of people out there who sometimes would look at the video, they may learn a thing or two, they would ask a couple questions. I see people who have a lot of fish, and you see their fishes today, then you don't see it tomorrow. I take care of my fish. I spend the right amount on my fish. I ensure my fish are healthy. As I said, they bring a lot of joy and relaxation. I don't think you could pay for that. I don't think you could pay for that.
Subscribe to my channels.